Leaders, leaders, leaders only. Thank you all you leaders for joining in today for a call. We're going to get right down to it. It's going to be a shortened call, maybe 15, maybe 20 minutes, if that, because I want to give you the one thing that you need to do to explode your business. The one thing. There's a book called The One Thing. It's about real estate people, the one thing they could do to improve their business. Today, I'm going to go about the one thing. That's my call today of action. Mr. Ray K, look like you're out there somewhere on the beaches of Hawaii somewhere. I love it. So with that said, I want to thank all the leaders on the call today. I'm not going to go down the roll call list because I want to get this call right to the point. The first slide is the one thing. So take a snapshot. What is it everybody got to do? You know, we do a lot of bonus showing, a lot of this stuff showing, but you know what? Just take a snapshot of this. The one thing, the goal. Every time you get a brand new IBO, it starts $324 for them to start up. If everybody on this call taught their new people to go get 14 personal customer points in the first 7 to 10 days in business, not 30, but you guys heard me say it zillions of times, even on Tuesday. Watch my call this coming Tuesday. I always talk about the first Kelly Friday Foster's on the after in 5 days. He messed around 20 days. He lost 20 days of more money he could have made. Folks, that's one thing. Take a snapshot. If everybody on your team got 15 personal points within the first 7 to 10 days in business, that IBO $800. We're not letting people know the importance of getting qualified immediately. With that said, everything else goes out the window. We're not going to show the bonuses every month because it's too much information. If everybody on your team understood, hold on a second, understood the power of the one thing, getting 14 personal customers. Now, we know when they get 11 customers, they made what? $600. They get 3 more for 14. They made a grand total of $800. Very doable. You guys have seen me show in the business, Mr. Blake Hunt, within 3 hours, makes $1,600. We've all seen this. We saw the picture of the gentleman who made RD in 24 hours with 243 points. Now, grant you, not everybody's going to do that. We understand that. What about finding a guy like that or a girl like that? That was $8,000 that IBO made by going out gathering customers. Tonight, I'm going to show you a regional vice president that did it in 1 month. And it's all about the what? One thing. I'm going to teach this the rest of the year. One thing only. All this stuff is confusing. Keep it real simple. So take a snapshot of the one thing. Okay, one shot. Now, imagine this. Imagine you had 5 or 6 new IBOs come in this month, and they did exactly what I'm teaching here. Would they be excited? Would their business explode? We're right now in Dallas. Dallas is exploding with Sam Foster's group. He got another IBO in the day because Mr. Kenny went out and did what he needed to go do. And he signed up a guy that was there a couple of weeks ago, and I went down there. Mr. Adrian O'Neill's on the call tonight. He's having great success. His team, he's popped, let's see, where was it? He popped 6, where was it? 6, I think it was 6 ETLs, listen up, in the last 2.5 weeks by doing the what? One thing, Miss Deborah. Everything else does not matter. All this bonus, look, people, there's too much. Just get them to get to first base. Remember the Karate Kid? Wax on, we get the wax off later. If they do the one thing, does it take away situations? Does it take away problems? Yes. The discipline, everybody's problem is discipline when checks come. You ever notice that? Don't get paid, they talk about it doesn't work. So I'm going back. This all I'm going to talk about all year long is the one thing. Though, take a snapshot. Make sure every new person gets their first 14 points in the first 7 to 10 days. We don't want to wait 30 days. We don't want to wait 30 days. Let me give an example. Mr. Kenny's not on the call, but Mr. Sam Foster is on the call. He waited till he barely got 5 days before his time went up. He finally got on. And he talked about that on Friday's call. Folks, don't do that to your people. Let them understand my job is to get you $800 in the first 7 to 10 days. Write that down. My job is to make you $800 in the first 7 to 10 days. Let them know what the outcome is. Now, I'm not going to go through this because we all know, you've heard me say it 10,000 times on leadership and everything else. The goal, everybody has 3 questions. Put in the chat. What are the 3 questions that every new IBO has? Put in the chat real quickly. You know what they are. You know what they are. What are the 3 questions that people have? Every IBO have the same 3 questions. And you as well have the same 3 questions. Number 1, can I do it? Can I send out a video? That's right, Miss Deborah. Yeah, when can I, can I do it? There you go, Miss. Can I send out a video? Can I do that? Can I do what Miss Jackie Black did? Yes. Can I do what Mr. Rick K did? Can I do what Ursula? Yeah, I can send out a video. Yeah, I could do that, Miss Ursula. I can send out, there you go. I can send out a video. And also in part 1 of that, can I read it? One other night, I sat there in Dallas at a fireside chat and I just read it with the comments. I read it, Miss Melissa. I just read it. Paul M. Just read it. Yeah, I can read. God dang, I'm not that, yeah, I'm bright. I can read, Mr. Copeland McRae. Second question we all know is, how much it's going to cost me? What does the slide say? $324 all in. Third question, as you all know, when can I get my money back? Don't say 30. It's like my goal for you. And I always say this to him, Miss Deborah, my goal for you, because I make it personal. Mr. Tony, my goal for you, and he'll know that I did say that, Mr. Tony on the call, is to make it $600 to $800 in the first 7 to 10 days. So that's the goal. Now, you know good and well, if everybody in your team did what Mr. Adrian O'Neill did in 2.5 weeks, popping 6 ETLs, everybody's getting checks. What does that happen? The momentum kicks in. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to show no more bonus slides because it doesn't make any sense. It's going to do 460 points the first 7 days is going to turbocharge for you. So take a snapshot. Once again, what does it cost? All in is $324. Okay. The goal is 14 personal points within the first 7 to 10 business days, right? And a week or so, a check will come for $800. That is the goal, the one thing. I'm going to talk about it all year long, because if everybody did this, great. Okay. With that said, I want to go into show you what the one thing will get you. Let's look at the ACN entry. I want to show you guys a little bit of Mexico, what happened. Now, this is what happened when you come to Mexico last week. You walk in there, we had our own VIP section. They get you with a glass of champagne, champagne. They asked, oh, they know me. So, Mr. Alice, we know you give us a passport anyway. They took a snapshot of it and they gave me, Mr. Corbin McRae, listen up. They gave me the room key. Now notice, did it add a credit card? No. After 5 days of eating everything in sight, drinking everything I could drink, guess what my bill came to, TJ? 0. Now, why am I explaining this to you guys? Because I want you to take the next trip, but it's going to happen in you keeping it real simple by doing the what? One thing. One thing. 16 points, brand new IBO, the 14 to 16 points or more. The one thing. Okay. Next picture I want to show you when I was checking in, Mr. Clemens. First person I met when I took the cruise in December. And here's the first person I met was I was checking in. And guess you know who that is. But what does it say? It says everybody's here at this event except you. So I made those up as I traveled. Everybody's here except you. Now, all the leaders got a chance to sit back and relax. You see Miss Martha Hunt in the background there, but we're all checking in, It's what you got to see. If you keep the one thing, this is the outcome. Next picture, sir. I want to show you the room that the suite they got. Look at this. And behind that one wall is a hot tub in the room. And then on the deck there with the hammock, and there's 3 sitting areas, or 2 sitting, well, The two on the side, you can sit 3 people. The one's a chair there with the view. It was just drop dead gorgeous with a pool under it. It was just drop dead gorgeous. And you can see on the bed, they have the little Asian 30-year retreat with little goodies in it, sunglasses, 30-year hats, and all kind of stuff for Asian people to say thank you for your hard work. And I want every one of you inspired to get there next year. Next picture, I want to show you massage on the water. We talked about that, about the one in Colombia. Well, that was a massage that was high up for 2. And as you can see, there's a water, you can't quite see it to the right. There's a waterfall right out there on a rock. And it just, you get out there and, oh my God, Deborah R., oh my Lord, Catherine Williams. Can you see your, I know TJ sees herself there. David Enlow definitely does. And Sam Paulson took his battery out. He's going to be there next year. But the thing of it is, I want to show you what is possible if you guys do the what? One thing. Okay, let's show the next picture, sir. Now, this young lady made regional vice president in 1 month. I thought she said 1 year. No, she said, no, I said 1 month. That's her sister to the right. We sat at the dinner table and chit-chatted up for just a few minutes. And I said, can I take a picture of you? She said, sure. Because the reason why I want to take a picture, and you guys should start doing this, there's another little look right there, because you'll be able to see people that you don't normally see tell their story. Her story was her brother has 8,000 doors in apartment buildings, 8,000 doors. And she put her sister, and that's her sister to the right, and a couple, I guess, other relatives in frontline, 4 of them. And she got all the customers from her brother's apartment buildings. And guess what happened? RVP in 1 month. Incredible. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Sharion, I know what you're thinking. It's not, I can't do that. Maybe not, Natasha Ismail, but could you go find somebody, Miss Christina, that could, that have that? Now, let me go back. Let's relate it closer to home. You guys saw Blake Hunt, the picture we showed month after month, week after week, day after day, up in Ohio. We got him started within 3 hours. He had how much? He had made $1,600 on energy customers alone. So people, don't tell me it couldn't be done. She just have a better influence of people that own buildings. So it could be done, folks. So why did it take Roger Bannister, 4-minute mile and then all of a sudden he set the pace and now everybody's breaking it. So I want to show you her picture because she just went out and told her brother, look, I need you to get all your apartment buildings, all your and bingo, she went out and got them all signed up. Most of them. Well, I think she's got about a third. She still got 2/3 more to go through. But the beautiful thing is, look what's happening. RVP. And she got to the trip. So it's about the customers, folks. It's about the customers. Now, next slide, I want to have some fun with you. Don't start salivating. Don't lick the screen. But I want you to see to the left, that's all you can eat lobsters. All you can eat lobsters. All you can eat. Look at Mary Moulton. She's licking the screen. Down, young lady, down. Christina B. Quino, don't. G. Valdez, stop. All you can eat lobster. All you can eat lobster. All you can eat lobster. Now, I have to admit, to the right there's my first plate. I was a pig. I had shrimp. I had all you can eat lobster, another plate. I had snow crab. I had tomahawk steak. I had clams on there. I mean, I know that because I didn't want to move after that first plate. But I want to show you what could be obtained if we all do the what? One thing. One thing. Next picture, sir. Now look at how big these clams are. You can see the man's hand. These clams are big as your hand. These ain't your ordinary small clams. These clams are big enough to take a bite in your finger. I'm joking. But you can see how big those clams are. And I mean, Miss Deborah, there was many as you want. Miss Ursula Allen, my God, TJ, I'm trying to tell y'all that them clams was so fresh. Look at that one to the right. He's dripping. That's how fresh. He just jumped out the ocean and jumped on the cart there about 10 minutes ago. But what I'm trying to show you is some of the blessings for those of us who work harder by pushing ourselves. I want you to really go out and push yourself. You're not going to crack. You're not going to die. Come on, just push yourself. Next picture, sir. Now, this picture, I want you to see there's the clams to the left and to the right, there's a snow crab And some of the, all you can, I mean, that was just small. I took a corner of it so I could get the snow crabs in there too, because they had them too. But that strip was piled up at least 8 inches high. You could just go, just go in there and just get as much as you want, Miss Deborah. I mean, just, man, Mary Malton, look at, she look, yeah, it was, yeah. Sam Foster, look at, he was drooling already. Yeah, I want you to see the lifestyle that you could have before it's only preserved for those who work hard. Now, somebody said this week, who was it? Oh, Miss Coleman said, she quoted James Allen. And James Allen said, she said, I'll never forget it. She says, an eagle has a different view than a pigeon. Folks, I'm giving you an eagle's view of the possibilities of how we eat when we enjoy ourselves, when we have a 5 or 6 days all to ourselves, and the zero bill is working hard. That's a zero bill. Next picture, Mr. Clemens. Did somebody say steak? To the left, you can pick out whatever steak or fish that you want, right? And to the right is a tomahawk steak with the bone in. Now, some of y'all are steak eaters on here. I think Sam Foster might like that steak. And I'm gonna tell you something. Mr. Tony D, think about this. You could get, look at me, you get 1 bone in, you get 2 bone in, 3, you get as far as 4 bones if you wanted to. Yeah, I don't know how you eat all that, but I mean, I took the rest of my room if I had a bag, but you get, look at Mr. Jamar Sharp. Miss Sharp, you'd have had a fit. I'm kidding you not. If I'd have brought a bag from my room, I'd have took a bunch of shrimp and a bunch of lobster back to my room for later. Oh, and by the way, you had room service also thrown in for free. 24-hour room service. 24-hour room service. I didn't want to show you a picture of my deck in the morning because I had room service put it out on my deck. So on my deck, at least 3 or 4 mornings, I had room service out on the deck. Just thanking God for the blessings. Wishing more you guys were here. But because you guys didn't get there, I want to come show you what the potential is for next year in Columbia. And every one of you, TJ, got time to make it. Just go to work. You just got to go to work. You got to do the what? The one thing. Okay, the one thing. Now, after all that happened, that was evening time. So click it again, sir. I want to show you something. Mr. Adrian O'Neill, who's on the call today, put together, his group is out here in Vegas is running. I mean, they're running hard. And so is he. 6 ETLs in 2.5 weeks. He called me today. He says, Thomas, I'm thinking about doing, what do you think about this for promotion? When last time you guys ran a promotion for your team, no matter how big or how small? And think about it. The promotion is a private event with special guests, excuse me. Here's what he's telling his ETLs. ETLs with personal points. Next, exclusive. Okay. Let me know when I'm unfrozen. All right. Think about this. ETLs. Think about this. ETLs with 50 personal points by August 4th. You got June, you got July, you got more than enough time. Qualify for the event. Exclusive sport at the pool and private cabana. We did all that. Exclusive dinner and private training. And I gave him compliments. Man, you know, Miss Thomas, I just stole from you. You did this a long time ago, years ago. You see, all he's doing is duplicating what successful people have already done. He's got a few of his people on the call today. You think they fired up, they got this sent out to him? He's sending out not to ones to do, where everybody, whether they're working or not, they all get the text today. You think it's going to move his points to get him to RD so he can qualify for that trip next year? I believe it. The question I want to ask you tonight, folks, what are you doing to motivate your organization? Remember, the one thing, it works every month. Every month. Anybody can do the one thing. All of us can do the one thing. It's not exclusively for brand new IBOs. Every single month, you could qualify for the one thing. All right, last flyer up, Mr. Clemens, is the one thing. That's the call for the night. The one thing. Folks, every month we could do this. Right now, you guys can start over. And guess what? The one thing. That's all I'm talking about. The one thing. The goal. One thing. Hey, new month's coming up in a couple days. Start over again. The one thing this month. What's that? I got to get 14 fresh points. If everybody in your team did this next month, what would your check look like? What would your zilch check look like? What would your bonus look like when you got to train all your new people to get to 14 points? I don't want nobody in my business to look left. Everybody look at me, everybody. I don't want anybody to look left. I don't want anybody to look right. I want them to focus on the one thing. This is the goal. $324 into the program, 14 to 16 personal points in the first 7 to 10 days, $800 back in their pocket. That's all people care about. So this is going to be my topic the rest of the year, the one thing. And with that said, I want to thank Mr. Bree Clemens. I told you we're going to have a short tonight, 22 minutes. We went over the one thing. We started off with that. We showed you the entrance of the ACN, how they treat us IBOs over there. You all can qualify. Y'all saw pictures of me and Mr. James Adams said the only person missing is you. You saw the room, you saw the suite, you saw the balcony, you saw that. You saw the massage. You even saw a regional vice president in one freaking month because she focused in on the what? The one thing, getting all those customers signed up. You saw slides of the food. Some of you right now salivating. Some of you got finished eating. Now you want to go eat again. Some of you saw the private event that Mr. Agent O'Neill is doing out here for his organization. Hint, hint. If I were you, I'd have took a picture of that and start doing something for my organization. And last but not least, let's go back to the topic of the day. It's the one thing.